All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you for joining us today. This is our second webinar for the back to school season called Creating Your Own Course. And here with me today, Karen, you can go on to the next slide, is Karen Apple. She's a computer science teacher and actually my former coworker. Her and I both taught at the same school before, and she's also a CodeHS teacher trainer. And I'm Leanne Grant, and I'm a professional development specialist for CodeHS. I've been with CodeHS for a little over a year and a half. You can go on. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to get into how to manage your courses, how to create courses, how to create sections. We are also going to, and I'm going to drop the slides into the chat right now. We're going to talk about how to customize a little bit on the assignments page, and then how to create your own content as well. All right, next slide. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, I would love for you to put your questions in the Q&A. I know we don't have a huge crowd today, but sometimes they can get lost because I'm going to be posting links in the chat. So if you do have a question, you can go to the very bottom in the Q&A and I will be answering those unless you have a question specifically for Karen. If you are not a CodeHS account member right now, or you don't have an account, you can go to the next slide. You can go to codehs.com/sign up. And what this will do is you can create a teacher account, and all of our curriculum is free. You can join as a free teacher. When you do, I just ask that you use your teacher email so that we can verify you. We do manually verify every single teacher who signs up as a teacher, just to make sure they're not students. So I would love for you to do that. If you do have an account, I would love for you to sign in. The reason is if you want to have a certificate of completion, you need to be signed in. So I am going to drop this now, and I will drop this at the end as well in case you are signing up. I don't want you to think that you're going to miss out on that certificate of completion. So we'll do this now, and then we'll come back and we'll do this later. So you can either sign in, sign up, and then click on that link. When you do click on the link, you only have to click on it once, and it'll say thank you for attending or something like that to that form. And we'll get going from there. Okay. So that is all from me. That is our little intro. I am going to hand it off to Karen. I will let her introduce herself, and then we can get started.
Hey, thanks, Leanne. My name is Karen Apple, and this is my 25th year teaching, 24 years at the school I'm currently at, Prairie Central High School, which is located in central Illinois, about two hours-ish south of Chicago. So if that kind of helps you orient to know where I'm at. This is my first time doing as a CodeHS teacher leader, so a little nervous, but we're gonna get through it, and I hope it helps everyone. I've been on the free version always, so I'm not going to show you anything that you can't get for free. So there'll be nothing in there that you wouldn't have access to if you just got the free account. All right, let's get started. We're going to start with how we create courses, create sections, enroll students, and manage sections. That'll be the first part that we go through. So I'm going to show you the slide, and then I'm going to jump over to my CodeHS account and kind of show you what that looks like, so you can get a better view of what it would be like for you. To create a course, there's a couple ways that you can create a course. So when you are in, and I will move over to this, you can go into, as we're going to go down here to courses on the left. I hope I'm not making anybody dizzy. On the left side, you can go down to under assignments. We're going to say courses. And then it will it will pop into this area, and you can see these are some of the courses that I currently have. To create a new one, I can click Create Course, or I can go over to this tab up here and say Create Course from there. So you kind of get used to whichever one you feel most comfortable with. But they both take you to the same place. Once you are in the creating a course area, you can choose to either create your course from one of the CodeHS templates, so courses that are already put together for you, and they are really good, or you can create from scratch, a completely empty course to customize it for you. So I'm going to start with just doing from a template. And then I can choose which course do I want my course to be based on and to bring everything in. If I can sort it by high school, middle school, hour of code. For me, it's Illinois. I think you see your own state in there, or some that maybe CodeHS recommends, or all. You can also search if you want a specific language. You can search through that. I'm just going to grab the AP Nitro course here. And then I'm going to give it my own name. So I can call it pretty much whatever I want. I'm just going to say sample course. I'm going to call it Nitro so I don't get lost. And then next, and then this is going to actually create that course for you. Okay, so let me see where I got on this. So we've created the course, we've set the name. Okay, now it is in here. When you get to your slides, you're going to see a little video to help you go through those steps that I just did. Okay. And that is creating you can also create a course by going through the course catalog. So if I come down to the left side again, under curriculum, I can choose course catalog. And it's going to show you all of those same courses. When it gets there, it's slow. That's me, that's slow. It's not them. It's going to be all the same. I can search a specific course name. I can look at all of the tags and choose that way. I can go by grade level. I can go by a specific state. And then I would just click this add to courses. And then it does the same thing. It names it for me, but I can change that name if I want to. And then next. And then it's created the course. So now when I look at my courses, those that I just put in there, here's my sample course, Nitro, and wherever, I didn't even pay attention to what I put in. Whatever course I put in, it's there, okay? So once you have a course created, you need to create a section. So your sections are then based on whatever you chose for a course, whether that was from the catalog, one that's already there, or an empty one. But you're going to create a section for that. So on the left side, we would go to sections. And then we can go create new section, this little green bar, or we can go to new section at the top.
Karen, just really quick. So the difference between our courses and sections is our courses are essentially your curriculum. You're using the same curriculum for how many ever classes you have. So if an English 1 teacher was using the same curriculum, they're going to have different class periods. Your class periods are your sections. So those are focused around your students. So courses or curriculum, sections are your actual students or class periods. Thank you.
You can create your own name for the section, or if you have Google Classroom, you can import those students into that section from that Google Classroom. I use the Google Classroom a lot. It saves a little bit of step of getting the kids in there. For today, I'm just going to name this as test section. And then I'm going to tell it, well, what do I want this section to be based on? One of those courses that I created, or I can also go and choose from the catalog here, or I can do an empty course. So you have some options here. So I'm going to choose my course, and I have a lot of them. So I'm going to choose that sample course. So now I have a section or a group of students based on that course. So it's going to pull all those assignments to that course, and each section that I have that's based on that would have its own assignments. It'd be like making a copy in there. Okay. So these are our sections. Okay. In order to get to your class codes, so if you're not doing the Google Classroom, you have to give codes to the students. So I would go to my roster. Oh, I have my daughter in this class. I actually suggest that if you have a sample student that your district lets you use, play with that, because then you can log in as that student and see what the kids are going to see. That can help. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, and these are my sections. Off here to the side is my class code that I can give. This is the section I wanted to go in. I don't have any students. Here's my class code. This is an invite that I can send. So it kind of creates the email for you and the link if you know who you're sending to, if you've got a list that can be dumped in there, or you can post this link into your classroom or your student management system, whatever it is that you're using that students would click on. So that's the other way to be able to get students enrolled into your section. Okay, so this class code, you can manage them. I don't have any in here, but it takes you to the same spot. If I went back to the one that my daughter's in, you would see her listed in there. Okay, we can customize our assignments page. So now that we have a course chosen and we have sections made, we can now customize. We can assign content, we can reorder the modules within there, and we can remove the content that's in there. If there's something in there that you don't want, you can take it out. So the very customizable, even on the free version, you can do a lot. Okay, so assigning content from the course catalog. So I would go into one of my sections. And go to assignments. And you can get there on the left side as well. These are all of the assignments and all of the modules that came in with the course that we assigned to this section. Okay, so from in here, I can do this add. And from in here, I can add blank modules, lessons, assignments, something from the sandbox, a CodeHS course, or a project. So if there's something from another course that wasn't already in this one, I can go to CodeHS course and I can choose from a completely different one. So this one was Nitro, but if I wanted to add something from the principles course, I have access to all of the lessons, all the modules, all the assignments, everything that is in this course that I can pull into my section and customize it that way. So if I want them to practice programming, I can put the entire module in by checking the box on the outside, or the plus. Anytime you see the plus, that means there's more. And I can pick and choose which one of these I want to add in. So I'm going to add this whole module. I'm just going to check that box. Okay. Then I'm going to click assigned selection. And it's going to come up and it's going to tell me it's been added to my course. So I can close that. Then I might have to refresh this. Sometimes it doesn't pop in right away, but it will add it at the bottom. So this is that entire module from a completely different course that I've now put into, and I've now customized my section of this course. So everything that was in it before is now in here. So you can add it that easily. You can go to the catalog itself and add entire courses that way into, like if you had an empty section and you wanted to add more, or if you wanted to add multiple things at a time, you can do it right from the catalog. You can add from in here, or, oops, projects. Go back, hold on. There's a project catalog as well that you can add into your sections. So to say you want them to do some extra projects, under the same add button, you're inside your assignments. Down at the bottom, there's CodeHS projects. So these are extra ones that aren't just included into the course itself, but if I want to add this histogram, I just choose it, and then it's added in there, and it's probably, did it come in at the bottom? I have to refresh. And now it's part of this course. So now I have that project that I can use with this course that I didn't have to create myself. There are practice sets that you can add. So up at the top, we have practice. So this is way at the top of your menu. And then here you see all the different things. So if you want some more practice with strings, I just click on the 3 dots and say assign. And then I will tell it which course do I want to assign this to. And where do I want to put it? I can put it by default at the end, or I can put it wherever it would fit. I'm just going to tell it to put it at the end. Anything that has pro out to the side, you won't be able to change, but it's okay. Everything is great just as is. So now that practice is assigned to the course, I can then assign it to another course, or I can go to the course preview or edit the assignment. You can add some supplemental materials by searching for content. And I'm going to tell that this might be the one thing, Leanne, that doesn't look like my slides. So when I go to my sections, oops, where was that?
On assignments.
They did change the look of this, and I'm getting a little lost still, but yeah, that's why Leanne's here to help me. I have down here this search for content, and okay, I promise you it didn't look like it was supposed to earlier. This is the Leanne effect. It's now working. So here are some supplemental materials that you can pick from if you want to assign it. You can assign this magpie. And then you get the same, like, what section do you want? It should go to the section that you're in with your assignments, and then you can assign it. And then inside that, refresh that. And now Magpie is part of the course as well. Okay. Reordering modules. So I've just been dumping everything at the bottom, but that might not really be where I want this Magpie to be. So remember that with the free version, the kids see everything. You can't hide it from them until you're ready for it. So they would see everything. But I can reorder this. So I go up to the top and I'm going to click on this edit. As soon as I click edit, I get the little 3 stripes on the side, which means I can now drag my modules. So I can take the Magpie and I can move it to wherever I think it would be the best spot for it. And I can reorder all of the modules into what works best for me. Once I have everything where I want it, I just come back up and I click done. And now everything is back and I now have my Magpie where I want it to be. So this slide would walk you through that so that you can move those around. You can also move around individual assignments within a module. So if in my recursion, the introduction to the recursion, if I want this check for understanding to actually be an exit ticket, instead of them doing this quiz right after the video, I can move it all the way down to the bottom by clicking on the 3 dots out to the side. And then you have this move up, move down. You can move things to a different lesson. You can remove them. This is the same place where we'll remove, but I can just keep doing the move down until I have that quiz in the spot where I want it, because I want to use it as an exit ticket instead of just to see if they watch the video. So I can move it down there. So I'll do that sometimes with them. Otherwise, probably would leave it there. But if this was what works best for you to use it as an exit ticket, then move it down to the end. Then once you have it, you can click somewhere and all of that goes away. You can, like I said, you can delete things. You can delete entire modules if you want. So if I change my mind and I no longer want the Magpie, I'm just going to go to its 3 dots and I'm going to say remove. It is going to give you the "are you sure?" just in case you didn't mean to do it. And if yes, I do want to delete it, then you click delete this module. If there is something in particular in one of the lessons that you don't want, if you don't want them to do this free response, same thing, you can click on the 3 dots and you can click remove. And then it's going to give you the check again and you say yes, remove that assignment. Maybe. That's me, that's not.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a second when it's removing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just moving too fast for it. It is, so we'll try it again. Oh, it must be gone because it's not letting me choose remove anymore. So it's gone. I'll refresh, it's probably gone. There we go. Okay, there it went. It's gone. Okay. You can create your own content. So you can start with a completely empty course and just kind of do your own thing, or you can modify and add to what's already there. So you can add your own activities, modules, and lessons. So if I want to add my own module, I would click up here, I would click add, and then it would be a blank module. I would give it a name. And it is going to put it down at the bottom. Okay, it's empty. I would need to, if I wanted to, I'd have to add a new lesson. And then once I have a lesson, then I can start adding assignments. So I can add all different kinds of assignments in here. I can create my own coding exercise. So it's like a sandbox style. In there, I can choose the language. I can choose if it's a Carol assignment, whether it's Super Carol or not. I have those options. If I start one and I don't finish it, it says you haven't finished. Okay. Add a different one. You can add video. So if you find a really good video on YouTube that you want them to watch to reinforce something, all you have to do is put it in the assignment, and then you can, let me copy my link here. You just put the link in, give them whatever instructions you want. And then you assign it. And you make sure you hit the save and finish. And then you can preview it to see what they're going to see. I will tell you, my YouTube has not been good today. Here it is. It just popped into my module that I made. You'll know it's one that you did because this little word edit is out to the side. That's how you know it was yours and not one that you brought that came in from CodeHS. These are some examples of things that you could add. There are free response questions. You can put in screencasting, a Google Draw, choice boards. If you do a poll anywhere, if you have that, quizzes from Quizlet and Kahoot, those can go in very easily. We did the adding of the module already. We added a lesson. And now we're at the support. I don't want to take up everybody's time.
It's okay. It is 4:30, but I am going to ask you to show one more thing. We had a question. Okay. If you go back to the assignments, like you're adding another activity or another assignment. Yep.
Yeah.
Can you show them what it shows, like scroll down to, well, I guess you would have to do the top one, the very top one, the coding exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Can you show them what it shows like that? Okay, so just, it doesn't matter what you pick.
Okay. Let's do a Java Super Carol because it's right here on the screen.
So this, you put the title and the description in, but then across the top, you can see that there's starter code and solution code. So if you create your own, you can have what you want them to start with. It could be nothing, but then it is possible that you have that solution code. It doesn't mean that you're automatically creating an auto grader.
Right.
If you are interested in creating an auto grader, then I can give you a link to that. Here, I will put that in there. But if you just want to have solution code to be able to compare what the students are doing, then you can put your solution code in there as well. I just wanted to put that out.
Yeah. And this works really good. I do this to sometimes reinforce with the students. If they didn't quite get something, I may put a simple one in here. You can add folders, you can upload things, you can make their starter code whatever you want their starter code to be. And then that solution code, only you see that when you're on your teacher side and you're inside, just like any other any other assignment that you would have in here when you have your teacher view under the solution, your solution code would appear here for yourself. Does that answer that question, I hope?
Yep, that's great.
Okay.
All right, so thank you so much, Karen. If you are interested, and you ever have more questions, at the very bottom on the left-hand side in that left navigation menu, everybody has the same thing, that says support. So you can get a hold of us through that, or you always have that little bubble over on the right-hand side at the very bottom that if you click on that you will get brought to somebody specific in our company, and that's Mary and Gareth and somebody, Joel or somebody. I don't know who's there. I can't really see them. They're really small on my screen. So thank you so much for those of you who need to drop off or to leave. That's perfectly fine. One of the things that I did and I realized at the very beginning that I was dropping links only to me and Karen. So I apologize, I was not dropping links to you guys. So I just put the auto grader and the presentation slides and their certificate of completion link in there. The only other thing that we would definitely ask is the webinar survey. If you could possibly let us know how we did today. You can click on that link. I'm dropping that right now as well. The certificate link I just put in there. Just know that you do have to be logged in to CodeHS to click on that certificate link. If you go ahead 2 more slides. We have some more upcoming back to school webinars. We have some APCSA and APCSP checklist webinars coming up in the next couple weeks, supporting K-12 students with a Spanish curriculum, and I will be hosting that one. Getting started with CodeHS, and then we get into some state webinars that we have coming up. We have Oklahoma, we have Nebraska, and we have one more, and I don't remember what the other one is, but that's the ones that we have coming up. After that, I would love for, if you wanted to learn more, if you're interested in bringing Pro to your school, you can always click on codehs.com /learn more. And other than that, if there aren't any more questions, then we will say thank you so much for attending. Jason. Yes, absolutely. Especially previous computer science teachers who have been doing this for a long time and come to CodeHS. Most of the time they have made their curriculum for years. And so now you have all this stuff. How do you share that with your students? You're able to do that in our platform as well. Thank you, Jason. All right. All right. Thank you, Karen. We'll stick around for a couple more minutes. Otherwise, you guys have a great day, and thank you for teaching our students.